Hours after filing nomination, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee claims she was attacked in Nandigram, rushed back to a hospital in Kolkata. The BJP calls it a publicity stunt. The Manohar Lal Khattar-led Haryana government wins the vote of confidence in the assembly. Despite the farmer agitation, BJP, JJP, independents all vote for government. The Congress says it has registered a moral protest. Surprise choice, BJP MP Tirath Singh Rawat is Uttarakhand's new Chief Minister. He was backed by Prime Minister Modi. Kerala Congress Chief PC Chacko quits on the eve of the Kerala polls, says there is no democracy in the Congress. After Mamata in West Bengal, Delhi Chief Minister plays the Hindutva card, promises free visits to the Ram Temple for the elderly in Delhi. Shocker from Bengaluru, a woman is beaten by a Zomato delivery boy, nasal bone broken. The police arrest him. Zomato say they are cooperating. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Rishika Barua. Mamata Banerjee, who claims she was attacked by 4 to 5 men in Nandigram, has been rushed back to a hospital in Kolkata. The Election Commission, meanwhile, has sought a report from the Chief Secretary and the special observers over the attack. Monideepa joins us with the very latest. Monideepa, what more can you tell us?
Well, we do know that Banerjee is now under medical supervision at the top Kolkata government-run hospital called SSKM. She was rushed there, of course, minutes after she was injured or attacked, or whatever it is that is now snowballing into this huge controversy. According to the latest updates that we have, she is under medical supervision, and we will get more updates shortly. But what happened at this place near where she is staying at Reapada, that's where Mamata Banerjee has hired a 2-room house to stay in till the course of the elections, which take place on 1st April. Remember, Mamata Banerjee is a candidate from Nandigram against Subhendu Adhikari, and she moved in to this house in Reapada, just about a kilometer from Nandigram town, just yesterday. She moved in there, and she was there when this incident took place today at this market, not very far from her house, when she was returning from a visit to a temple after her nomination was filed. What happened? The exact details, we are getting several versions. One is the Trinamool's version, which says Mamata Banerjee was kind of, pushed against the door of her vehicle, and from the statement it appears she was sandwiched virtually between the door and the doorway into her vehicle, and therefore injured. But opposition parties from the BJP to the Congress have said this was all histrionic ahead of the election.
All right, Monideepa, appreciate you for joining us with the very latest. So what we know at the moment is that Mamata Banerjee is at a Kolkata hospital, a top-run government hospital, where she is in fact undergoing treatment. We will keep a close watch on all those developments. But what happened earlier today? Well, Nandigram undoubtedly will be the site of the biggest battle in the state elections that begin at the end of this month. Mamata Banerjee, while filing her nomination from Nandigram, said, even if I forget my own name, I won't forget the name Nandigram. Subhendu Adhikari, meanwhile, her opponent, mocked Mamata Banerjee for multiple temple visits. Here's a roundup.
Shocking scenes at Nandigram. Mamata Banerjee, in pain, being cradled by security men and moved to the back of her vehicle after what is being probed as an attack on her this evening. Unknown men pushed her against her vehicle and shut the door on her, a Trinamool statement said. A BJP MP has called it a drama, but the Election Commission has ordered a probe. Earlier in the day, a very different picture.
Drums on the streets of Haldia as Mamata Banerjee comes in to file her nomination.
A young man even dressed up as a batsman and said Mamata Banerjee will hit everyone for a 6.
हमारा ओपनिंग बैट्समैन दीदी है।
कितना स्कोर होगा दीदी का?
दीदी का 231 स्कोर है। 211 था, इस बार 221 होगा।
But for Mamta Banerjee, who filed her nomination today, this election is not a sport. It's a deadly battle that she has chosen to fight from Nandigram, where she fought for its farmers in 2007. Nandigram is not just any assembly seat, she said. It is an emotion.
I salute to people of Nandigram. আমি স্যালুট করছি এই কারণে যে আমি অনেক সময় বলি বলতে পারি নিজের নাম বলবো না কোন নন্দীগ্রাম নন্দীগ্রামের আরেক নাম সংগ্রাম সেই সংগ্রামী জায়গায় আমি নিজে স্ট্রিট ফাইটার
Shubhendu Adhikari, her former minister, now BJP's candidate for Nandigram, mocked Mamta Banerjee today for multiple temple visits and mistakes in reciting prayers to Goddess Durga, all to prove her Hinduness, he said.
She is scared. Her appeasement politics now reverse. For that reason, she is uttering wrong Hindu mantra.
Shubhendu Adhikari describes himself as a son of the soil, and he says Mamta Banerjee will lose, while Mamta Banerjee says he will lose because he hasn't fulfilled his responsibility towards Nandigram. The big constituency, the blockbuster constituency of Nandigram is no longer a battle of issues, but a battle over personalities.
A twist to that battle, the outsider-insider fight. So far, of words. Now on Nandigram's walls, Shubhendu, Bhumiputro, Mamta, Bohiragato, say some. Countered by banners saying Bengal only wants its own daughter. Mamta Banerjee returns to Kolkata Thursday to launch the Trinamool Manifesto. Shubhendu Adhikari files his nomination Friday. 1st April will decide who is David and who is Goliath in this blockbuster battle for Bengal. With GD Shankar, Habib Ali and Saurav Gupta, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
The Congress's no-confidence motion against the BJP-JJP government in Haryana was defeated. There were 55 votes in favour and 32 votes against the no-confidence motion. The Chief Minister made a spirited appeal to the opposition leaders to end the impasse and not instigate farmers.
अविश्वास प्रस्ताव के जो 32 सदस्य अविश्वास प्रस्ताव के पक्ष में अपने स्थान पर खड़े हुए हैं और 55 सदस्य अविश्वास प्रस्ताव के विपक्ष में अपने स्थान पर खड़े हुए.
In just 6 hours, the Congress no-confidence motion against the Khattar government collapsed. The final numbers indicated that despite the backlash against the farm bill, the BJP and its allies did not crack. What was especially remarkable was unity among all 10 MLAs of the Jat-dominated JJP, the BJP ally led by Dushyant Chautala. This despite Jat anger against the farm bill, with JJP MLAs facing gheraos by protesters who promised to defeat them if they voted in favour of the Chief Minister. Dushyant even took pot shots at the Congress's Bhupinder Singh Hooda.
1 तारीख से प्रोक्योरमेंट शुरू करवाओ और वहां पर भी ग्वार बाजरे की और तो और हम तो हौसले के साथ कहते हैं इस बार जो खरीदेंगे आप अनाउंसमेंट तो कराकर पंजाब में राजस्थान में दिखाओ.
Even though the result was a foregone conclusion, Mr. Hooda claimed that had the speaker allowed secret voting, the story would have been different.
जब ये गांव में हलकों में नहीं जा सकते और हेलीकॉप्टर लेके कोई कैमरा में जाता है, वहाँ हेलीकॉप्टर लैंड नहीं किया जाता, कोई हेलीकॉप्टर लेके चौटाला में जाता है ना उचाना में जाता है, वहाँ हेलीकॉप्टर नहीं किया जाता.
The Chief Minister, who spoke almost for an hour, appealed to the opposition to not instigate the farmers.
एक ही बात कहूंगा कि अगर घर को आग लग रही हो, तेल डालने का काम विपक्ष का नहीं है. विपक्ष की मर्यादाएं समझ लें. हाँ, आप लोग जा के जो वहां भड़काते हैं, आपके लोग भड़काते हैं.
The BJP-JJP government managed to defeat the no-confidence motion moved by the opposition Congress. But as of now, it is a win-win situation for both the parties. Congress will go to the town saying that we have exposed who are the MLAs who didn't side with farmers. While for BJP-JJP government, it is certainly a victory that despite opposition from the farmers, they have managed to save their government. In Chandigarh, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.
Well, on to the other big political focus from Uttarakhand. A day after the resignation of Trivendra Singh Rawat, Tirath Singh Rawat was sworn in as a new chief minister today. With just a year to the election, sources say he was the PM's pick for the top job.
The Uttarakhand churn now complete. Amid concerns of infighting and questions on the leadership ability of Trivendra Singh Rawat, the BJP decided to replace him with another Rawat, BJP MP from Pauri, Tirath Singh Rawat.
मैं कह सकता हूं कि जो दिशा निर्देशन उनका रहेगा और जो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने कहा सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, उसको लेकर आगे बढ़ेंगे और जिस तरह चौमुखी विकास इस उत्तराखंड का माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने ड्रीम प्रोजेक्ट अपना लेकर चले हैं और यहाँ मुख्यमंत्री त्रिवेंद्र जी ने उसको आगे बढ़ाया है, उसको लेकर के मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा।
56-year-old Tirath Singh was the chief of the party in Uttarakhand in 2013 to 2015, a surprising yet interesting choice for the post. Sources have told NDTV that the decision was taken with the express approval of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Tirath Singh is not identified with any faction in the Uttarakhand BJP. The BJP was faced with the challenge of balancing two groups, old-time BJP players and imports from the Congress who were both pitching for their candidate. Tirath Singh Rawat has the task of leading the BJP into polls due in February 2022 with just about a year to turn things around. Like his predecessor, he too is low profile and not known for great flamboyance. The BJP is banking heavily on his organizational skills and his strong RSS background for building a bridge between all factions and leading the party to victory. Bureau Report, NDTV.
A veteran Congress leader PC Chacko quit the party, complaining there was no democracy left in the Congress. There is no Congress party in Kerala as such, just two factions, he said.
Congress party in Kerala is working as two separate parties, not one party. One is A group, one is I group. These two groups are working as two different parties. So they are dividing all the constituencies and putting up their candidates. There is no common discussion. So winnability is never the criteria, but it is the apportioning of the positions between two groups.
No comment. But this is not a matter of public debate. Sorry. People can have their opinions, expressions. These are issues which concern the party. Don't expect me to comment on it. We have not commented in public on matters which are organized. Right now, our priority is to fight the BJP government, to oppose its wrong policies.
Well, the Delhi Chief Minister today courted controversy when he said he'll organize free Ram Temple visits for the elderly in the national capital. Listen in.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद अयोध्या के अंदर अब एक भव्य मंदिर तो बनने जा रहा है। मैं दिल्ली के लोगों को, दिल्ली के हमारे सारे बुजुर्गों को कहना चाहता हूं कि एक बारी मंदिर बन जाए, आप सबको अयोध्या के फ्री में दर्शन करते हैं।
Well, it's not just the Delhi Chief Minister. The Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh has also donated 2 lakh rupees for the Ram Temple construction in Ayodhya. Now, the Subject Expert Committee of the Indian Drug Regulator has recommended an emergency approval for Covaxin while removing the condition of clinical trial mode. The decision by ICC was taken after going through Covaxin's phase 3 trial interim data, which suggests 81% efficacy. The final decision will be taken by the Drug Controller General. Once the Drug Controller General gives an approval, then there will be no need to sign consent forms before taking Covaxin. There will also be no 7-day tracking of vaccinated individuals. Now, cases in Tamil Nadu are rising once again. There's been an 18% rise in the last 24 hours. There have been 671 new cases that have been reported and 5 deaths that have been reported in the last 24 hours. Chennai continues to remain the worst hit in the state with over 275 cases. Well, in Maharashtra too, the cases are on the rise. Once again, there are 13,659 cases that have been reported in the last 24 hours with 54 deaths in this time period. Now, remember, yesterday the figure was nearly touching 10,000, but today's case rise is 13,659. and 59. Indeed, a worrying story as far as Maharashtra is concerned. Now, Zomato delivery executive has attacked a woman in Bengaluru. This is the other big story. We're tracking. Her nasal bone has been fractured. A case has been registered at a police station. The delivery boy, we're told, has been arrested. Zomato has responded, saying they deeply regret the incident and apologize for this traumatic experience. Well, in a shocking incident, 2 days after a 13-year-old girl was allegedly gang raped by 3 men in her village in Uttar Pradesh's Kanpur, her father died in a road accident outside the hospital where she was taken for a medical checkup. The family of the rape survivor had alleged intimidation and threats.
मेरे नातिन को उठा ले गए और फिर में हमारा लाल खत्म मार दिया गया है पुलिस वालों ने बरवा डाला है.
Horror in UP's Kanpur, where the father of a gang rape survivor who filed an FIR against 3 men from his village, accusing them of raping his daughter on Monday evening, died this morning after being run over by a truck. Outside a hospital his daughter had been taken to for a medical checkup. Even more shocking, the father of 2 of the accused, Deepu Yadav and Saurabh Yadav, in the gang rape case, works as a sub-inspector with the UP police in a district 100 kilometers from Kanpur. The survivor's family has made serious allegations of intimidation by the family of the accused in the cop's name, including a threat to rape again.
गुमशुदगी की रिपोर्ट लिखाई और सर जैसे ही सुबह उनका भाई, बड़ा भाई गोलू का सौरभ यादव हम लोगों को धमकाने पहुंचा के इसका रिपोर्ट किया तो ध्यान रखना हमारा बाप दरोगा है, हम तुमको देख लेंगे और दोबारा भी ये बुरी नीयत से काम करेंगे.
Amid outrage over the incident, the UP government has said both the gang rape case and that of the father's death will be investigated swiftly and no one will be spared.
शासन और शासन पीड़िता के परिवार के साथ है. माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी द्वारा मुख्यमंत्री विवेकाधीन कोष से 5 लाख रुपए की राशि की घोषणा की गई है और जो भी दोषी हों उन पर कड़ी कार्रवाई की जाएगी. हर तरह की कड़ी कार्रवाई जैसे NSA इत्यादि पर भी विचार किया जा रहा है.
Kuldeep Sengar, former BJP MLA from Unnao, now expelled by the party, first raped a minor girl in 2017 and then conspired to brutally murder her father in 2018. The trial in both cases was eventually moved out of UP and Sengar is now serving a life term in the cases. This shocking story from Kanpur is almost a mirror image of events that happened in neighboring Unnao in 2017-18 that involved a now jailed ex-BJP politician.
Well, relief for BJP MLA Sangeet Som in the Muzaffarnagar riots case. A Western Uttar Pradesh court has accepted a 2017 closure report filed by the Uttar Pradesh police over the inflammatory video that was uploaded on social media ahead of the 2013 communal riots.
A dead end in yet another Muzaffarnagar riots case. Relief for controversial UP BJP MLA Sangeet Som after a court in the West UP district accepted a police closure report in a 2013 case where Som and others were accused of circulating a video on social media that contributed to communal clashes where over 60 people died and thousands were displaced. In December last year, the Adityanath government decided to withdraw several other Muzaffarnagar riot cases as well, in which BJP leaders including Som are accused. That process is still on. The UP police had filed a closure report in this case way back in April 2017, a month after Yogi Adityanath became Chief Minister. The court took 4 years to accept it, and its order makes mention of what is a striking coincidence in the case.
और मैं तब भी कहता था, जब मैं जेल इन लोगों ने भेजा, मैं तब भी कहता था कि जिस दिन इसकी जांच होगी ये दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. ये फर्जी मुकदमा हम पे लगा रहे हैं, फर्जी हमें जेल भेज रहे हैं. इन्हें पब्लिक तो जवाब देगी ही देगी, इन्हें भगवान भी जवाब देगा. आज वो ही हुआ है. इन्होंने SIT गठित इनकी की हुई थी, किसी और सरकार ने नहीं करी थी. उस SIT ने FIR लगाई उसमें कि इसमें संगीत सोम को कोई दोषी नहीं पाया जाता, ना कोई दोष है, ना कोई प्रमाण उनके खिलाफ मिलता है.
The court noted that despite sending repeated notices to the original complainant in Som's case, UP cop Subodh Kumar Singh, He did not present himself before the court. The court further noted that it was later informed Mr. Singh had died during riots in the neighbouring Bulandshahr district. In 2018, Inspector Singh was attacked by a mob in Bulandshahr after violence erupted over rumours of illegal cow slaughter. Inspector Singh was shot, his body found abandoned in a field, a sensational killing that made headlines and caused immense outrage. With Mohammad Dilshad and Sanush Sharma, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
Another democracy downgrade for India. Sweden's VDEM Institute has released a democracy report for 2021 in which it has downgraded India's rating. Says deterioration in freedoms of media, academia, civil rights has turned the world's largest democracy into an electoral autocracy. This, according to the VDEM Institute report, India represents the most dramatic shift amidst all countries that have been studied in this report. A 23 percentage point drop on the 0 to 1 scale. According to the VDEM Institute, it was 0.57 in 2013. It has dropped to 0.34 in 2020. Well, that's all we have time for on the news tonight. Good night and thanks for watching.